The day began like any other. Sun, baked sand yielded to my bare feet, the salt-kissed air filling my lungs with a quiet, familiar rhythm. I came to the water to escape the quiet weight of ordinary days, to let the tide wash over the hollow spaces I had not named. Then he appeared, not with a grand entrance, but with a slow, deliberate step that seemed to part the crowd like wind through sea grass. His eyes found mine before I could look away, and in that single, suspended breath, something ancient and certain woke inside me. He approached the shoreside stall, ordered a drink, and turned back. When his gaze met mine again, it was not curiosity, it was recognition. A quiet, undeniable pull that left my pulse hammering against my ribs like a wild bird testing its wings. We spoke of trivial things at first. The heat, the color of the water, the lazy art of the gulls. But beneath the casual cadence and deeper current flowed, hours dissolved into golden light as we traded fragments of ourselves. Childhood summers, unspoken fears, dreams we had tucked away like pressed flowers in old books. When dusk finally painted the sky in watercolor hues of rose and violet, we parted with a lingering brush of fingers and a promise that felt, even then, like a vow. What followed was a quiet surrender. We met beneath swaying palms, walked barefoot along the tide line, and let our hands touch until contact became a language of its own. Every shared silence, every midnight confession softened the guarded edges around him. Layer by layer, his concealed past rose to the surface like driftwood after a long storm. He spoke of a life he had left behind, a duty he had outgrown, a heart that had learned to armor itself, a love he never thought he would find again. I should have stepped back from the weight of it. Instead, I leaned closer, because in his eyes, I saw not just a man, but a mirror reflecting the parts of myself I had forgotten how to love. The island held us in its embrace, and with every passing day, I felt the careful architecture of my old life crack. It was not destruction. It was the beautiful, terrifying force of being truly seen. I knew then the beach that whispers was not just a fleeting romance. It was an island love story that would rip my life apart, not to leave me in ruins, but to clear the ground for something real. The turning point came on a night when the wind carried the scent of approaching rain, and his past finally caught up to him. A letter arrived, heavy with obligations he had tried to outrun, demanding he return to a world that no longer fit the man he had become. He stood at the water Euros, Trader's edge, shoulders tense, offering me an out before the storm could break us both. His voice was rough with fear. He said, "You do not have to stay in the crosswinds with me." Then I realized it was not fear, it was love. It is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to stay anyway. I stepped into his arms, felt the steady drum of his heart against mine, and whispered the only truth that mattered. "I want you to hold me tight and never let me go." Beneath a celestial canopy stitched with stars, we made love on the damp sand, barefoot and breathless, as the first drops of rain mingled with our tears. The island did not promise us an easy life. It promised us a true one, and as his lips met mine, soft, certain, and forever, I knew the life I had feared would be torn away was simply making room for the one I was meant to live. We did not survive the storm. We became it.